if you met a woman, you guys got together, and you happen to get her pregnant, like within the first few interactions that you guys had, you guys become a couple. 9 years later, you find out that kid is not yours.
9 years?
9 years.
Somebody has to die. 9 years? 9 years? I'm going to work. I'm trying to provide for my family. And this ain't it? Nah. Somebody owes me something. Somebody owes me something because what the f***?
What about the little man?
I'm not going to denounce him and say, oh, you a rotten kid or you ain't do nothing.
But you know that kid's life is still destroyed no matter what.
Oh, that's cool. Because now
wasn't his fault,
equal. We equal. I'm going through the same shit.
So can he still call you dad? Or
oh, no, you can't call me dad.
His dad is a rat.
We not doing that.
9 years.
I don't even need you to hit me up right away. You got to give me some time. Yeah. Keep in Mind podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Storytime with a Grown Woman. Swag and the W is silent. Before we get started, I'm trying to grow my channel and build a community, so please make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. So, you saw the video prior to now, and I posted this for a reason because I have a story time. I wouldn't say it's wine-worthy, but, you know, it's interesting. So, we see a lot around here on TikTok, Facebook, all the social media outlets where men are finding out that the children that they were raising for years are not theirs. They're trusting these ladies to not get a DNA test, and they're just going by their word. They're going by the times that the amount of time that they've been dating or married or whatever. And it's just basically trust. They're trusting that woman who lied to them. And let me tell you about a time I met this guy. A lot of this was a while back. Well, we dated for about 3 years. Really nice guy, family oriented. He really introduced me to a lot of things that I didn't know or wasn't accustomed to. I grew up in a single parent household, and although he did too, he was pretty much raised with both parents, and being around them, I felt like it was a scripted family because I wasn't accustomed to being with a family who would wake up in the morning and everybody's like, good morning, John, good morning, Mary, good morning, Bob. I'm looking like, what the, so I wasn't accustomed to any of that kind of stuff. He was the type of guy who wanted to take care of his woman. He didn't want his woman to work. He worked his ass off, and he would do everything he could to provide for the woman he cared about. Okay, so fast forward. I meet him. He has 2 kids, 2 boys. And one son was a one-night stand. He hit it after the club. And she was pregnant. He denied it. It ended up being his. The second one, he lived with the lady for years. They dated for years. Of course, he trusted her. And he didn't get a DNA test. So I knew about, the situation as far as the one-night stand. And I knew that he was in a long-term relationship before we met. So now it's time to meet the children and his mother. I don't think I had met the father because the father and the mother had divorced and he had a new family. So I don't think I had met the father and that side of the family yet. Anyway, I go over there for the first time and I see 2 little boys running to the door. You know how little kids are. And I'm like, well, hello, what is your name? And the other was like, I'm just going to say her name, Jerry. And I said, well, hi, Jerry. I'm Yolanda. And then I looked at the other little boy and I'm like, hi, what is your name? And the other one was like, Andy. I'm like, well, hi, Andy. I know y'all, but that's the only thing I can think of. So I'm like, hi, Andy. And then so when Michael, the guy that I was dating, I'm using another name, when he came up, I thought you said you had 2 boys. And he was like, yeah, here, Jerry and Andy. I said, oh, okay, well, hey, y'all. In my mind, I'm like, this is not your kid. I was like, this is not your kid. But I didn't never say anything to him. I We dated for 3 years. I never said anything about it. Anyway, I never said anything about it. So, the years progressed or whatever. And one night I was at home, because we didn't live together or anything like that. So I was at home, I was cleaning the old school way. I had the chairs on top of the table, bleaching, mopping, waxing, doing, what I do. And he was acting weird. So he came over and he knocked on the door and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey," because, we didn't greet each other like that. So I'm like, I knew something was wrong. I'm like, "Hey." And he was just, like I said, acting weird. So he came, he like, "What you in here doing?" I'm like, "I'm cleaning. What is your deal?" And he gave me this paper. And it was a DNA test. And he could not possibly be the father. So I got to put on my acting skills. And that's what I did. I was like, "Oh my gosh." And he was like, "Don't act like that. The first day you met him, you asked me where was my other." He was like, "The first day you met me, you asked me where was my other son." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, don't act like you surprised." And I'm like, I didn't know how to react in that situation. So by now the kid was about 5, I'd say between 5 and 7. And he wanted to pursue the relationship with the kid. And because, they had bonded. And I told him, I said, "I don't think that's a good idea." I said, "But, you're going to do what you want to do. I can't stop you from doing what you want to do." So I knew it was going to come and bite him back in the butt. Oh, so one day I was walking from one of my friend's house and this guy walks by and he looks just like that guy, the little boy's dad. And I was like, "Damn, I think that's his dad." But I never mentioned it or anything like that. And probably a year or so later, I found out that was the little boy's dad. But anyway, y'all, he wanted to have a relationship with the son. He attempted to continue it. But I knew it would come bite him in the butt. Because we had broken up by then, and we've remained friends. That's one thing about me. I don't burn bridges. Stuff just don't work sometimes. But as far as me and any of my relationships, and even my marriage, no bridges were ever burned. So anyway, we remained friends. And he told me that one day he tried to tell his son what to do. And he told me, "You're not my dad." And I was like, I could only imagine. I can only imagine how hurt he was when that happened. And now I'm not sure if they are still in each other's lives, because I don't really communicate with him. We're hours and hours apart now. We don't have that type of relationship. But that was a hurtful thing. So I wanted to share that and share this story and say, ladies, come on now. We got to do better. You want these men to do better? You need to do better. You can't go by, "Oh, we had sex 2 weeks before and I had sex with this one 3 weeks." You can't go by that. Either you're going to be honest or you're just not going to be messing around. Like, we got to do better. I got tons of stories. Even my story is effed up. But ladies, we can't. You can't keep dogging these men out and saying bad things about them when this is the type of crap y'all doing. So I just wanted to give you that story time and let you know the pain that I saw in that man's eyes. He was just so hurt by that. And then it made him suspect me, and I was just cleaning up, And that really tears a man down. And one thing you can think, when you think about a man's heart, it's like a shell. You can compare it to a turtle. A turtle will come out of his shell. But the minute there's any type of trauma or danger coming toward him, he goes in. And it's hard for him to come out. And that's the same way with a man. You mess up that man's heart one time, it's hard for him to give his heart to somebody else. So I just wanted to share that story with you guys. Let's talk about it. Do you know anybody in this type of situation? Have you ever been in this type of situation? Let's talk in the chat. And as always, thank you for watching Storytime with a Grown Woman. Swag and the devil is silent. Bye, guys. Oh, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.